Beni is a browser extension that allows online shoppers to find secondhand alternative products while browsing apparel e-commerce sites. Our team worked with Beni for 3 weeks to design the beta version of the extension. We redesigned the extension and added several new features based on research. There were a total of 16 user interviews and an analysis of 7 browser extensions that were comparable to Beni. I will present a walkthrough of the original final prototype that we submitted to the client. For this presentation, I am a Beni user and an online clothing shopper. Currently, I am browsing the Reformation e-commerce website. Because there are secondhand alternatives available through Beni while browsing this website, I will receive a pop-up reminder from Beni that prompts me to open the extension. We designed a pop-up reminder because 8 out of 16 users mentioned they wanted one, and it was present in 6 out of 7 comparable extensions. There will only be a pop-up reminder when the pop-up alert is enabled in my user account, which I will show later. This pop-up alert reminds users that shopping secondhand is sustainable by saying they can save money and help the planet. Based on Beni's previous research, 50% of users shop secondhand for sustainability reasons. Currently, I see a black dress on the Reformation site that I really like. I decide to open the extension to see if there are secondhand alternatives from e-commerce marketplaces. I click on the Beni icon and see a list of black dresses that are the same or similar to this Reformation Nikita dress. The first dress we see is the best match, and we see this label on the product. This is the product that is the most similar, if not the same as, the product I am currently looking at. In this case, this item is the exact same black Nikita dress. 7 out of 16 users interviewed wanted a label to indicate if an item was an exact match. However, after further discussion with engineers, we decided to label an item the best match. We redesigned the extension to add clear details of each product. On each product card, the items would list the brand, item description from re-commerce site, condition, the re-commerce site itself, in this case, Poshmark, the price, and the original price that is shown from the Reformation site, so users can see how much they would save if they bought this secondhand item instead. If I hover over the images on the product, I can see a larger image so I can examine it up close. I can also sort by price, which was wanted by a few users and a client request. I can expand the extension to view and compare products on a bigger display screen. This was an idea our team came up with and designed based on comments by 8 out of 16 users. When I click back on this icon, I can collapse the extension again. When I have determined that I want to purchase an item, I would click View on the extension, which would bring me to the re-commerce marketplace, in this case, the URL of the exact item on Poshmark.com. This is the ultimate goal of the browser extension, so that users can make purchases, which is currently measured by how often they click View. However, if I want to continue browsing and I am not ready to commit to a purchase yet, I can save this item to my favorites or my saved products. We designed the ability to save items because it was wanted by 8 out of 16 users and is present in 4 out of 7 comparable extensions. I, as the designer, added a bottom navigation menu out of inspiration from looking at other browser extensions. When I click on the Save section of the bottom navigation, I see this Reformation Nikita dress I just saved on the list of my saved products. This is assuming that I'm already logged into my user account. I can also see items that I've saved from past shopping sessions on this screen. Now let's talk about the user account, which is the third section on the bottom navigation menu. We added a user account because it was wanted by 8 out of 16 users in 6 out of 7 comparable extensions and also a client request. This way, the user has the ability to save items as well as possibly save other preferences like their clothing size in future iterations. On the user account screen, you can see the user is already logged in and see information that they inputted when they first signed up. This may be pertinent data that Beni as a company wants to gather about the user. In settings, I am able to turn on a pop-up alert with a toggle. This gives me control over whether or not a pop-up appears on a Beni supported e-commerce site. This is the pop-up you saw at the beginning of the presentation. For illustration purposes, we have the pop-up disabled, but now I am going to turn it on. Now let's go back to the main product screen. Now, suppose I want to look for this same dress or a similar style of dress, but in the color white, and I also want to make sure it's size medium. I can explore secondhand alternatives by filtering products within the extension itself. The ability to filter products was a key client request, so users can personalize their shopping experience and find what they want by interacting with the extension. I am going to click on the filters icon and enter the filter screen. I can filter by size, which is a key filter mentioned by 12 out of 16 users, by color, which was mentioned by all 16 users, by condition, which was mentioned by 12 users, and by brand, which was mentioned by 8 out of 16 users. First, let's select size. This is the size category expanded with all the size options. This screen will include dynamic size categories based on the item that I am looking at from the e-commerce site. I, as a designer, decided to use Neiman Marcus's filter categories because Neiman Marcus's site was rated the top e-commerce site in the apparel and accessories category by product lists and filtering by the Baymard Institute. These results are the size categories for women's dresses. So I will select size medium and click apply. Next, I'll choose the color. This list of colors is also from Neiman Marcus's product list filters. I pick the color white and click apply. As a side note, we added the apply button as a result of our usability tests. Then I'll go back to the products page and see similar dresses in size medium and color white. The filters tags will be denoted on the top of the screen, medium and white, as selected filters, which I'll be able to deselect from this screen as well. I can also expand this screen to see more selections of white medium dresses. I can interact with the expanded screen the same way as the regular extension. For example, I can filter the items that I see. In this case, we see the same filters selected, medium and white. I can also access my saved products on the expanded screen and collapse it again. This concludes our presentation of the prototype that our team made for our client, Beni. You can learn more about the company at joinbeni.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Jennifer Jiang, through email, LinkedIn, or the contact me form on my website. You can learn more about my process for creating this browser extension by reading through my case study. Thank you for viewing my presentation, and I hope to speak with you soon.